Shalom Israel. This is Brother Shamgar. Bear with me. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, and just trying to have an outlet for the brothers and sisters. So they can learn the truth and the pure truth. For brothers and sisters who may not have a congregation, where they can get together with other brothers and sisters who may only have the YouTube thing, or you just trying to search out, or you just looking. You know what I mean? You're just trying to see what other brothers is getting at. That's why I'm doing this. I've been in the truth for a little bit now. I'm not an elder, but I definitely got a good understanding with the scripts. All praise to the Most High. I constantly try to dwell into these studies, and I just want to share with the people. You know what I'm saying? Those of you who hungry for the truth, I know how it is when you first get into the truth, man. You hungry, your spirit on fire. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you just want everything. You like, yo, feed me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to do. I want to feed my brothers and sisters, man. I want to feed y'all, man. I know y'all hungry, so you know what I mean? I'm not so much heavy on like the white man this, the white man that. Goddamn the heathens. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, definitely. You know what I'm saying? We all understand who the heathens are. We understand, what's going to happen to them. And if you don't, I'll break that down, But I'm more so heavy on explaining who we are. And then once we get a good understanding of that, we can delve into the other stuff. You know what I mean? I want to give, some of the milk first, and then, later on, if you rock with me, we can get into that meat. You know what I'm saying? The Most High willing. I basically just want to talk about, of course, we are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. Now, I spent my whole life in a Christian church. I was Seventh-day Adventist. I grew up as a Baptist, like most black folk. You grew up in the Baptist church with a family. You go to church on Christmas or Easter Sunday, and that's about it. You know what I mean? You get your Easter ham, average black folk stuff. You know what I mean? I was never taught anything out the Bible what I'm learning now. And I'm sure most of my brothers and sisters can relate to that, with the scriptures, what they talk about, how we are the real Jews. And I always wondered, why, why is the people, why we got to be messed up like this? What's wrong with us? You know what I mean? Well, why, if God all love, like you saying, pastor, or grandma, or just whoever, you know what I'm saying? If God is all love, why he let us go into slavery? You know what I'm saying? And at this point in time back then, I didn't know Spanish people went into slavery. I didn't know Jamaican people went into slavery. I didn't know. See, I was so ignorant to the point where, and this is, I can speak the testament because this is, and I found that a lot of brothers can relate to me. I didn't know the difference between a Native American, which I call an Indian, and a East Indian. The ones at 7-Eleven. I didn't know they were different. I thought they was the same. You know what I mean? This just speaks to our ignorance. You know what I mean? How America, or just the nations in general, just keep us, destroyed in the mind as a people. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard so many times, if you want to hide anything from the black man, you keep it in the book. And what they kept from us is our nationality, man. And this thing right here makes you so powerful. It's hiding our true power away from us. You know what I'm saying? Once I woke up to the truth, man, blessings started happening. The Most High started raising me up, man, and giving me that strength from my heart. I've never been stronger in my life, man. And I'm not talking about physical strength. I'm talking about right here. Right here. You see what I'm saying? What I mean by the heart, I mean that mind. You see what I'm saying? Where you won't let nothing break you. Where you go through constant trials and tribulations, but you know that you got a higher power that's rocking with you, and knowing for a fact and being able to prove it, not just feeling it like you do in a Christian church. You feel it. They tell you God is, God got you. He love you. You know what I mean? No doubt. He definitely does. If you're a black, Hispanic, Native American, Haitian, West Indian, he loves you, man. But it's the fact that knowing that he truly does, and you can prove it out the Bible. You know what I mean? This truth is so amazing because it takes a brother, off the street or from whatever walk of life, you know what I mean, and gives him purpose. It gives him purpose. And this brothers ain't go to college for this. Brothers ain't go to school for this, man. But we know this Bible way better than some of these scholars out here, man. And we breaking it down, and they confound it. It's nothing that they can say to us. You know what I mean? If it was something that they honestly could prove, this whole Israelite movement, you so call it, would have been shut down by now. You know what I mean? It would have been shut down, but it's not. They try not to speak on it in the media and the news because they don't want this thing to get big, because they know, the elite know that this is the real truth, man. They know it. Like, it's so many like silly things, you know what I mean, that you find out when you think, how could I ever believe something like that, like Jesus, right? When I'm talking about Jesus, they say, all right, Jesus was a Jew. And you talk to an average black folk that think he knows something. He say, yeah, Jesus was black. Okay. Well, if Jesus was black and he was a Jew, and we know that God put a difference between the Egyptian, which is the African, and the Jew, and Jesus was a Jew and he was dark skinned. Damn, we got a race of people that's not African, but that look like African people, that's called Jews. So where is this people at, man? But then you got this race of people called black people, African Americans, who don't know who they are. And we fit that category of Jew. And how we can prove it is in the Bible, man. So, enough said. Let's go straight to the scripts, man. I want to, I'm going to start off with, like I said, I'm going to give y'all the milk. You know what I mean? And if you rock with me, you rock with me. So, let's go to Deuteronomy, man. Deuteronomy 27:1. Now, most people are familiar with Moses. We all see the cartoon movies with Disney and whatnot. And, we all been in church, you know what I mean? Somewhat, even if you're Muslim, Christian, whatever, you know what I mean? We all know about Moses. Moses, right? When we coming out of the Most High used him, our forefather, Moses, which was a Levite, a Haitian in modern day times is what he would be called. He used him to raise us up and get us out of Egypt and destroy the Africans, man. Destroy the heathens, and get us free. So let's read Deuteronomy 27:1, right? So once you go there, it says, verse 1, I'm going to read out. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So right here, we got in this scripture right here, it says Moses with the elders of Israel. So he's not with everybody. He's not talking with everybody. God created 18 different nations of people in this Bible. You know what I mean? And they have specific names. And you have to delve into the scriptures to find out who these people are. Look into archaeology, look into history and different things. And you can figure out who these people are. It's common sense, people. It's here. You just got to open up the book, man. So right here, it says specifically, Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, because he was in command, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So he talking to the Israelites. So now we got context. We got context of who Moses is actually speaking to right now. And see, the Christian church will actually tell you, man, the commandments is done away with. That's the Mosaic law. We'll get into that, where we can prove that, you're still supposed to keep the law. But I'm about to show you right now who you are, and prove who the real Jews are that the Bible is speaking of. So now that we got context of who Moses was speaking to, let's go to Deuteronomy 28:1. Give y'all a second. All right, so right here, this is Moses, right? Verse 1, it says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God shall set thee out, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. So this group of people called the Israelites, if this people would keep the commandments of the Most High God, he would set them above every other group of people on the face of the earth, man. These are called blessings, man. But we got to keep the commandments. But let's see what happens if this group of people don't keep the commandments. See, I always wonder why, black people or, just the other tribes, we at the bottom of the totem pole. No matter where we go, man, everybody look down on us, man. Everybody eating off us. You got the Asians and our community sucking us dry. You got the Indians, you know, with the 7-Elevens and whatnot, sucking us dry. I don't respect us. They take our money. They look at us like we dirt, man. You know? And I go in some of these stores and I look at the brothers and I look at the sisters, you know. I might go grab a drink or something. You know what I mean? After a long, hard day of work. You know, you want a little drink or something. You go into the liquor store. These cats, man, they look at us like they not like we nothing. And I see brothers, you know, they look like zombies. I'm talking about my people. They look like zombies just hanging around the liquor store, ain't doing a goddamn thing, man. Just chilling. And I mean just chilling. Yo, let me get a natural ice, man. Let me get a $1 bill. I say, nah, man. You know, I just keep my head up and I sit back. You know, I'm waiting in line and I see how the Asians, they just take my brothers and my sisters' money and they just scowl at them, like, you know, just look at them like, yeah, what else you want, man? Huh? You know, you want a shot? You know, like you about to drink the shot right there. You know what I'm saying? The liquor store, like I'm about to chill. Nah, man, I'm going home. You know, it just disgusts me. It breaks my heart sometimes too, man, to see my people in that state. And I'm talking about elder men, elder women. You know, I'm sure they got kids. I'm sure they got kids my age. You know what I'm saying? And they just, it look like they drugged out. And it's just sad, man. At the state that my people is in, it hurts me. And most of us don't give a damn about each other. You know what I'm saying? They could look at their brother or their sister and just be like, shit, it ain't me, man. Fuck it. I mean, that's cool. All right, it ain't you, man. What about your brother? See, this is where this truth come in play. You know what I'm saying? This can literally take the walking dead, man. Which some of my brothers are that strung out on these drugs. You know what I mean? Strung out on that liquor. You know, it can literally put, like, you know, life back into them. You know what I mean? Your life is not beyond the point where you cannot salvage it. That the Most High cannot salvage it, you know? The Most High will take somebody that you think is beyond repair, build him up, and make him great. You understand? Like, that scripture where it says you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, that's true, man. Like, literally, man. Like, he can raise you up and make you a mighty man, a mighty woman. You know what I'm saying? A virtuous woman. You never beyond repair, man. You just got to come to the Lord. And that's what I want to do, man. That's what, you know, I call the others and brothers and sisters, you know, to do this too, man. You know, get out there, teach your brothers and sisters. Use whatever outlets you can, man. Teach your brothers. But, you know, I'm going off on a tangent. Let me get back to the scripts, though. So, with this right here, it's talking about the curses. So, right here, this is what's going to happen if these Israelites don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And when I read these curses, I want to see, you know, what you think about these curses and who do these curses sound similar to in you know in modern day time. Let's just read it. So Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. It says, cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field. Who's in all the major, you know, cities of America and the ghettos? You know, cursed, poor. You know, you walk into these ghettos in Philly. You know what I mean? You see crack needles. I'm talking about, you go down to Kensington, you see crack needles, you see drug addicts all strung out, people sores on their arms, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up drugged out, man. Destroyed. You see trash and garbage all over the place. You go up to these suburban areas, man, it looks so clean and crystal clear. The streets look like you can eat off them. Of course, you ain't gonna eat off them, but you get what I'm trying to say, man. Like, it's ridiculous. So who is this talking about? Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field. My brothers and my sisters, we was in the field picking that cotton, picking that sugar cane. You understand what I'm saying? These are the curses placed on us. It says, verse 17, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Even when we got like a soul food restaurant or something like that, or a barbershop, man. You know, you get used to that. You get used to that soul food restaurant around the corner store or something like that around the corner. And it's like, damn, man, you know, brother makes some good ass food. And then you go in there for a little while, and then like, out of nowhere, for rent sign right on the door, and shit closed down. It happened several times, you know what I mean? Especially here in Philly, it happened several times. It was this one soul food restaurant out there in Upper Darby, man. I used to love it. It's called Put a Lid on It. You know what I'm saying? I used to love it. Brother was selling that good food. He was whipping it up, man. A couple months later down the line, man, John was closed down. We try to open up these businesses. We try. But it just fails. We don't support each other. We don't raise each other up. Because you got to think about it. Once we open up a business, who's going to support it but us? Not the East Indian, not the white man, not the African man, not the Asian man. They got their own business. They got their own communities, what they putting their money into. So who's supposed to fund the black business? Black people. And I'm just saying black people, of course, for those who might not understand if I'm saying Yashra or Israel or something like that. So, just bear with me. Understand what I'm saying when I say black or, black people and stuff like that. So let's go to verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep. What is the fruit of your body? So, what I'm saying? The fruit of your body is something that you grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's your child. Cursed shall be your children dying. You got Tamir Rice. You know what I'm saying? You got all these young brothers, just being shot and gunned down by the police, man. Snatched up. They abusing them. In the foster care system, snatching them up from their homes, take them to the foster care system where they get, mistreated, molested, turned out, man. This shit is sad, Curse shall be the fruit of thy body, man, and the fruit of thy land, Our land is over there is defiled. Verse 19. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. So we curse when we come into this world, and we curse when we leave this world. This shit ain't no joke, man. It's no joke. All right, and then let's skip down to verse 20. All right, let's go to verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. So everything the black man try to do, he try to go there and protest. That shit don't work. We try to come together, the Black Panther Party. They destabilize that. They destroy that. We try to come together and Black Lives Matter. That shit don't work. You know what I mean? Like we try to support each other with the civil rights movement, man. Look how well that turned out for us. 40% of black people own businesses. 40% of black people own businesses prior to the civil rights movement. Why? Because we could not go into the white-owned businesses. We couldn't. So what do we have to do? We had to deal with each other. We was forced to. That's the only way you get a black man that supports support a black-owned business. You force his ass. And it's like, what does that say about us as a people? That as soon as we able to go into the white man's business, we let the black business shut down? This is actual statistics. This is facts, man. This is actual facts. 80% of the black families had fathers in the homes, man, prior to the civil rights movement. So once we start integrating with other races, man, forget about it, man. We was destroyed. We destroyed. Look at us now. It's crazy. Check this out, man. We're cursed people because we did not keep the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave us. Our forefathers didn't keep them. We didn't keep them. Now look where we at now. We don't even know who we are. Let's keep going, man. Verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. Verse 22. Check this out. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with inflammation. and with extreme burning. So everybody know the black population is known for having, chlamydia. We got high rates of chlamydia, gonorrhea, STDs and STIs and stuff like that. What does the Lord say right here? And what happens when you get that type of stuff? You get a fever, when you pee, it burns, all these nasty different things. You know what I mean? What does it say? It says, the Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, with a fever, and with inflammation. You get inflamed, with extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. So these are curses on us, man. Why is it that we fucked up with the STIs? You understand what I'm saying? The things we do ain't no different from what the white man do. The white man the biggest freak. Out there sticking his thingy in everything. Man, woman, child, beast. You know what I'm saying? Why we snagged up with this? Because the Lord done put this on us, man. The Lord done cursed us like this. And then for those of you who Christified, sanctified, all talking about, oh yeah, well no, God don't curse nobody. Well, what you talking about? What this saying right here? I'm reading out the Bible. This ain't coming out of Shamgar own mind. This coming out the scripts. It's coming out straight out the scripts. Let's keep going, man. So all these things that I'm reading are things that's happening to us. And you may say, okay, well, some of that should happen to other people too. That don't just specifically mean that that's only for blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. No doubt. Try me out. Let's keep going. In verse 30, it says, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. So meaning, you gonna marry a woman, like we did in slavery time. We was still getting married in slavery time. We was jumping the broom. We was still getting married, man. We was having a litter of kids. Fuck what you heard. We was still, maintaining strong. Nobody could endure the things that we went through and still come out it and still be a forgiving people, still be a loving people. You understand what I'm saying? We was still getting married. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. This happened to us plenty of times in slavery, where they used to tie down a man, and the slave master would, have him and his buddies come over and then gang rape the brother wife or the brother daughter, or shit. You know how the white man get down, the brother's son. You know what I'm saying? Right in front of the brother's face, man, just to destroy him. Think about that. Let that hit home for a second. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand you talk about forgiveness and everything like that. Now, who could do these atrocities in this world, and you really think God gonna let that person go for that? For 400 years, man? You really think that constant suffering, and you putting that on people? Everybody's so quick to say, oh, karma, you get what you give in this world. Yeah, well, what you think is coming for them after all they done gave in this world, or after all they done put on us? Well, you think they gonna get away and just say, we let you eat at the table now. We forgive you. You come in our stores. We treat you as an equal. Fuck all that, man. No, you gonna get what you gonna get from the Most High, man. No, they can't. Let's get back to these scriptures, man. It says, thou shalt build a house. We was good with our hands. We knew what we was doing. We built the houses. We built things for these for our slave masters back then. But we ain't live in those houses. It says, thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof. So meaning, we was out there picking cotton, planting the cotton seeds and whatnot, and we wasn't gathering that. We wasn't using that for the benefit of us and our nation and the wealth of our people. We wasn't gathering it. We wasn't, using that stuff to make us rich and wealthy. Not at all. This is slavery. This is what this is talking about. How can you build a house and you're not gonna dwell in it? You gonna betroth a wife and another man gonna sleep with her? You gonna plant stuff in a vineyard and you're not gonna gather the grapes thereof? This is slavery. Let's keep going, man. It says, verse 32. Now, this is where it starts to get very serious, man. Verse 32, it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. Everybody done seen these slave movies where, you know, she say, what a black woman say, master, no, master, don't take her away, you know what I'm saying? You know, we've been good to you, master. Why you gonna break our family up, master? You know, he give her a quick pop, like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I gotta do for my pocket. You know, and he send your daughter off to a whole nother plantation. So much so that we might have family all the way across in another state and we don't even know because of what happened in slavery. That's how it destroyed. See, they said, well, slavery is over and done with. How is slavery? We still feeling the effects of it. I may have family in another state, you know, or maybe in Jamaica somewhere, over there in the islands. Who knows? Because, you know, I might have had, you know, my grandfather, you know, great-grandfather might have had a son. And you know, 2 sons, and then the other son got shipped over to Barbados or something, you know, and the other one down there in South Carolina, and he building his lineage over there, you know, increasing the same lineage of my great-grandfather, and they all the way over there. I got a whole mess of family over there I don't even know about to this day, man. And you say slavery is over with. That's a lie, man. Check it out, man. It says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. So another people, this is talking to the Israelites. It's saying this group, this group of people called the Israelites, their sons and daughters shall be given unto another people. That's what happened to us, man. And it says there should be no might in your hand. So when you know, if somebody try to take my daughter now, nigga, I ain't going out without a fight. You know what I'm saying? You try to hurt anybody in my family, I'm not going out without a fight. Like any black man, like any Hispanic man. You know what I mean? Even the women. We ain't going out without a fight. But right here, we ain't had no might. We was in fear of our lives. You know? We ain't had no might to tell the master, no, master. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to kill me, master. Yeah, he would have killed you and everybody else on the plantation. You try to hurt him. There's no might in your hand, man. Verse 33, Deuteronomy 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all the labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed alway. Listen to what this is saying. This is so heavy right here. It's saying, verse 33, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors, so everything that you work for, shall a nation which thou knowest not. So this another group of people, this is what it's saying, shall eat up. So they eating up everything that you doing for them. Everything that you doing for them, they just eating that shit up. Eating it up. And thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed always. So look at today, man. Are we not oppressed? Were we not oppressed back then in slavery? So what I'm saying is, take all these curses. Don't just take one and say, oh yeah, well that can fit that person. It gotta fit all of them. And so far, there's only one group of people that fits all these different curses. But let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't read all the curses yet. You know, I ain't gonna get into every single last curse in it, because you know I be here for a couple hours. You know, I'm trying to get the nitty gritty for y'all. It says, so that thou, verse 34, it says, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. So we mad when we see this, man. You know, it burns us up. Especially when we see what's going on in the news, and you know how unfairly they treat us. You know, at the job sites. You know, whether it be you know, you going out to eat or something like that, they may give somebody else better service or something just because of the color of their skin. And they take one look at you, man. Oh, these niggas ain't gonna pay nothing. These niggas ain't gonna tip. You know what I'm saying? And treat you like secondhand, like a secondhand citizen, man. You know, this shit make you mad when you see it. It's verse 41, right? So Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 41, skip down there. It says, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. So this is what the Bible says is going to happen to the Israelite. Keep it in context. Don't just say, well, this happens, this is for everybody. No, keep it in context. I already showed you the context. It's Moses talking to the elders of Israel. Their sons and their daughters that they beget, you shall not, they won't be able to enjoy them. You know how you have a daughter or you have a son, you come home and they run into your arms, say, daddy, you know, you play around them, you know what I mean, get the toys or whatnot. You know, you got a son, you know, you might wrestle with him or something like, get out of here, you know what I mean? Enjoy him, play with him, man, see him grow up, you know, and enjoy him, man. Watch him grow strong. You're not going to be able to enjoy that because they're going to be sold into captivity. That's what the Bible says to the Israelites. It says, verse 43. So before I read this, I have to explain that Israelite is God's chosen people. You come from the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Anybody that does not come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is not an Israelite and is considered a stranger. So I'm letting you understand what these things mean while I'm reading it before I actually read it, so that you have a clear understanding of what I mean when I'm reading this. So verse 43, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So ask yourself right now, on the economic totem pole, who would you say is the lowest in America? On the economic totem pole, of course, it is the black man and woman, you know, and the other Israelite tribes, you know, you got the Hispanics, you know, you got the black man, you got the West Indian man, you know, the Haitian man. We at the bottom. We at the bottom. And where's the white man? He runs the earth. He's very high. So much so that no matter where he goes, he gets that respect. And whether sometimes you do it subconsciously, you know, whether you do it knowingly or subconsciously, you know what I'm saying, you give them that respect. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this is the white man. He know what he talking about. Let me shut up and listen. You know what I mean? Then your brother try to say something. You're like, man, nigga, you don't know what you talking about. You fucked up just like me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We see where your mind at. Nah. Listen to what this is saying. It says, the stranger that is within thee. So, the stranger that's around you shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So that's talking about us. You know what I mean? Verse 44 says, this clears it up a little bit more. When you go to the bank, most times the banks are owned by white men. That's not me, you know, making up something out of my own mind. This is a fact, man. You know, when you go to the bank to try to get a loan, it's usually like, you know, I'm not talking about the brother who works for the bank, you know what I mean? And, you know, he might be a black brother and he might, you know, be the one putting in the numbers and all that, you know what I mean? Checking the credit scores and not like, you know, things like that to see if you can qualify for the loan and whatnot. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that own the banks, that actually have the money, that, you know, they have the money and they fund it and lend you the money. So let's read this. Verse 4 says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So this group of people called the Israelites are going to be the tail, and a group of people that put the Israelites in slavery shall be the head, and they shall also lend to thee, meaning the Israelites, and the Israelites shall not lend to them. Let's see. Asians, they got their own banks. The Arabs, they got their own banks. You know what I mean? The Africans, they got their own banks. Who don't got their own banks? You understand what I'm saying? I don't know no black man that got no bank. I'm sure you probably don't either. Because if he did, we probably be getting them loans, man. But nah, we go to the white man and get that loan. We get that. We go to the white man and get that money so we can buy a house and start opening a business. And we don't lend to them. We don't have no money to lend to them. And I'm not saying that the black man or Hispanic man is poor. I'm just saying we don't come together because we've been cursed. We've been cursed not to do so. So we don't lend to the white man. We don't lend to the other nations. And this is a part of one of the curses right here. It says, verse 45, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command thee. So this is the reason why these things are happening. Not because God is evil. No. Like any parent, if my kid do something wrong and I go to the school to pick him up, and the teacher got to talk to me and say, oh, well, your kid was doing this today. I'm going to look at my kid and I'm going to say, for real, you know, all this I'm doing for you. You know, I bless you. I make sure you got clothes on your back, roof over your head, you fed, you know, the things that you want, I go ahead and I get that for you. And all I ask is that you just act right and you follow my command. And you not going to do that? Give me all that shit. You know what? Go to your room. Blase, blase, whatever have you, however your parenting style is. You're going to take that from him. You're going to put him on punishment. You know what I mean? And it just so happened, God a lot more wrathful than us. His punishment, it ain't nothing to play with. You understand? But he's our father. He is the father of the Israelites. And we on punishment. We being cursed right now. You think you just going to keep on getting blessed while we doing what he tell us not to do? No, that's why we went in slavery. That is exactly why we went in slavery. Now, I got to answer to my question, how I used to always think like, well, dang, if God loves everybody, you know what I'm saying? Well, why he letting all this crazy stuff happen to us, man? As black people, why he letting us get shot out in the streets? You know what I mean? Why he letting us get falsely accused and sent to jail? And you know what I mean? Then 50 years later, we get exonerated after our lives are like almost gone. You know what I mean? We almost dead. It's just like, why is this stuff happening? Why do we go to, in slavery and things like that? I got to answer, because our ancestors didn't hearken unto the laws of the God of the Most High. And by doing so, he told us straight up, listen, you either going to listen to me or you're not. And if you're not, I'm going to curse the hell out you. If you will, I'm going to bless you. You're going to be the best nation on this earth. Plain and simple, man. So let's keep going. Verse 48. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So this is heavy, super heavy right now. Listen to this. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies. This is what Moses is telling us. This is what, the Most High is giving the message to Moses. Moses is telling the elders of Israel, right? These are warnings right now, right? That, that was given to the elders of Israel back then, before they went ahead and did the wrong thing. Thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. This proves what I'm saying. The Lord sent these heathens against us to put us in slavery. You know what I mean? They were ordained by God to put us in slavery, to rule over us. Why? Because we did not listen. We did not listen. Just like a lot of us don't want to do now. We don't want to listen to the Most High. We want to do what we want to do, man. We run from doing what we're supposed to do. We run from doing the work, man. Come on, man. Like, have we not been through enough already? Let's do the work, man. Let's wake the hell up. Understand what's being taught here. Understand who you are, man. Come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and serve the Most High, so we can get up out of here. We can rule. We can be raised up, and we can receive the blessings like in Deuteronomy 28:1, man. Not Deuteronomy 28:15 and down. I'm tired of that. Listen, it says, therefore shalt thou serve thy, verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Let me see if I can pull that picture up. You know what I'm saying? I go on Google, right? Let me go on Google, right? And I type in yoke. I want y'all to see. Yoke of iron. Right? I type in yoke of iron. And I search it. Sorry, hold up. Yoke of iron. And I search it, right? As soon as I type in yoke of iron, it says it in the Bible. I'm sorry. I'm hyped. Because it say it in the Bible. It says yoke of iron upon thy neck. I type in yoke of iron. Guess what the hell pops up? As soon as I typed it up on Google, let's go to images. Who is that? That's a black man. Yoke of iron. Who is that? And who that about to crack the whip? Who got the yoke of iron? Who's being destroyed? I can't make this stuff up, man. I literally can't. It's in the Bible. It's history. It all comes together. Who else been through these curses? Who? Just had to get that for you so that way y'all can get like a visual, you know what I mean? It's saying, moreover, all these curses. Oh, so I already read 44. And it says, he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until you have destroyed thee. You know, that happened to us, man. Let's keep going. It says, the Lord shall bring a nation, verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. As swift as the eagle flieth? What's the symbol of America, man? Come on. You got the bald eagle. Come on, man. You know, you can't make this stuff up, yo. You cannot make this stuff up. It's in there. You just got to go and look for it. Verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. And by the time you was 3 or 4 years old, man, you was in the fields picking cotton. It didn't matter if you was a great-grandmother, if you was 70, 80 years old. If you could work, you was out there picking cotton. Now, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, well, you know, the old lady is, you know, she getting a little